Good morning, Year 3, and welcome to Friday the 5th of March, and it is the final day that we will be doing home learning. Super exciting, and you've all done so well. We're really impressed, so let's give this last and final day the big push before we come back to our learning. So can you write down today's date and today's learning objective in your book, and let's get ready. So, are we ready? Let's go. So I want you to please complete the number tracks. Complete the number tracks, so find out what they're counting up in and fill in those missing numbers. Pause the video to give yourself some time. Well done everybody, let's see if we are correct. So this is our results. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22 and 24. So this one is counting up in twos, otherwise the 2 times table. Can you chant and can you have a check that this one counting up in fours is correct and the final one counting up in eights is also correct? Practice that to yourself or to a grown-up. Then click play when you're ready. Well done everybody. Let's see if there's something about these number tracks that can help us with our multiplication. So for instance, let's look at this number here. So we've got 20 and the one directly below it is 40 and the one directly below that is 80. So we know that 2 times something equals 20. So 2 times 10 equals 20, 4 times 10 equals 40, and 8 times 10 equals 80. So what can you tell me about each one of these numbers? What is happening on each line? Well done for thinking. So we know that double 20 is 40. So what's double 40? Well done, it's 80. So we are doubling each time. So let's look at another number and see if that rule applies again. So there's 12, 24, 36. Can you see if that works as well? So are we doubling each time there? Yes, we are. So we've got 12, double 12 is 24, double 24 is 48. And what's happening is, because we're timesing by 2, 4 and 6, double 2 is 4, double 4 is 8. So that applies for each number here, like that. So let's have a look at if we have the same number each time. So there's 16, there's 16, and there's 16. What can you tell me about these numbers? Look at the number tracks. How many times do we need to count up to get 16 each time? So let's have a look. So we count up in twos 8 times to get to 16. So 8 times 2 is 16. Let's check for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 4 times 4, because we're counting up before, is 16. And then 1, 2. So 2 times 8 also equals 16. Let's look here. So 2, double 2 is 4, double 4 is 8. There we go, we're timesing it by 2 each time. What's happened to the other numbers? So what's happened to 8, 4 and 2? What's happening there? We are halving or dividing by 2. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So they've got a connection there. So let's continue. we are going to be focusing mainly on our 2, 4 and 8 times table. That's why we've just looked at that little trick to help us get more fluent with our multiplications and divisions. So if one lolly costs 12 pence, here's the lolly, 12 pence, what is the cost of 2 lollies, 4 lollies and 8 lollies? Have a go at figuring them out. You can use a visual method to help you, or you could use that knowledge that we've just learned about the connection between 2, 4 and 8 times table. I'm going to start off by doing the bar model because I think that's a really simple way of helping. So there's one lolly, which is 12 pence, and there's another lolly, which is 12 pence. So the total will be 12 add 12, or 12 times 2, which equals 24. Let's have a look at the next one. So there's a lolly, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can add them together. We can say 12 times 4, or we could use the knowledge from before when we had to double our answer because if you look, there's 2 more there, isn't there? So this one's double this one, which is 48. And finally, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lollies there. We can add it up. We can use our times table knowledge, or so we can say, well, I know that 10 times 8 is 80, and I know that 2 times 8 is 16, and add them together. Or you could use the doubling method that we've just talked about. So 8 times 12 equals 96. There are lots of different ways and methods that you can use. Just focus on something that works best for you. So here we have another question. How would we calculate 7 times 8? So like I said, there's lots of different methods, but how would you do it? You could use a number line. So you could count up in 8s 7 times. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and our answer would be 84. Or you can say, I know that 7 times 4 is 28. That could be something that you've remembered. So you know that you can double it, because double 4 is 8, and therefore you need to double your answer, which would be double 20 is 40, double 8 is 16, and it would equal 56. You could use it that way. Or you might know in your head that 5 times 8 is 40, so then you need to do 2 more, so 1, 2, which would equal 7 times 8. So there's lots of different methods, and whichever one works for you, when you get more fluent with your times tables, you will be able to just recall number facts such as this and this to help you make your work out the rest of the sum. So let's pretend that so we've got a game now. So Rosie and Alex are playing a game. So they have written down multiples of 2, 4 and 8 on this grid. And they are going to roll a dice. And whatever number dice that they roll, they are going to times it by 2, times it by 4 and times it by 8. So I want you to have a go and see if you can do this. So Alex rolls a 4. So can you write down 4 times 2, 4 times 8, 4 times 4, sorry, and 4 times 8, please. So let's have a look at the answers. Pause the video if you need some more time. So 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 4 is 16, and 4 times 8 is 32. Remember, we can double our answers each time because we are the 2 and 4 and 8 times table. That's the way that you can remember. So let's choose a number. I choose 16. So I've got my counter on 16. Let's see what Rosie rolls. Rosie rolls a 9. So can you figure out what 9 times 2 is, 9 times 4 is, and 9 times 8 is, please? You might find an easier way to do this. So if you know what 10 times 2 is, you can take away 2 to find out what 9 times 2 is. And that applies with the rest of them. So let's have a look. So 9 times 2 is 18, 9 times 4 is 36, and 9 times 8 is 72. So we've doubled our answers each time. And like I said, if you know what 10 times 4 is, which 10 times 4 is 40, you can take away a 4 to get 9 times 4. So 40 take away 4 is 36. So you can work out backwards if that helps you. So, if Alex puts a number on 24, so what would the number Alex have rolled be? So if something times 2, something times 4, and something times 8 equals 24, what could the answers be? So we can say 12 times 2 is 24. So something times 4 equals 24. What can we work out there? Easy, that's 6 times 4 equals 24. And finally, something times 8 equals 24. We could say 3 times 8 equals 24. Can you notice what's happening to these numbers now? So 12, 6, 3. That's right, we're dividing by 2. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3, just like we did at the beginning with those number tracks. So Alex could have rolled a 12, a 6, or a 4. So let's move on to using the compare. So we want to write if it's more than, less than, or equal to. So we've got 5, 5, 5, 5. So 4 lots of 5. And here we've got 5 lots of 4. So Tiny says that this side's got more, maybe because it's got more dice there. But let's work it out. We know that that's 5 times 4, and here we've got 4 times 5. I know that that makes them equal, so they both equal the same amount, which is 24. You have a go at this one and fill in the correct symbol. Right then, so let's look together. So again, Tiny says that this side is more, maybe because it's got more groups of there. So here we've got 2 lots of 6, and here we've got 7 lots of 2. So Tiny says 2 times 6 is the same as 6 times 2, but this one is 7 times 2, so that side must be more. So let's put in the correct symbol. Well done. Finally, pause the video to work out this one, this array that we can use. So we can group it this way, or we could group it that way. Let's have a look. So we've got 5 lots of 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lots of 1, 2, 3. This side we've got 3 lots of 5. So there's 5, and there's 5. 3 lots of 5s. And again, we know that 5 times 3 is the same as 3 times 5. So it is equal. We've got a little question here. Rosie has built a tower using cubes and cylinders. So a cube is 5 centimetres, a cylinder is 8 centimetres. I used 8 cubes and 6 cylinders for my tower. How tall is Rosie's tower? Pause the video to work it out. So we can say that 8 times 5 is 40, because he's using 8 cubes at 5 centimetres. And 6 times 8, because it's 6 cylinders at 8 centimetres, is 48. And finally we add them together and it equals 88 centimetres tall.